What is up there, YouTube? It's Matt Master here, and I'm going to give you a deck profile of my Fluffal Deck right after, well, let's say 2 days after the Yu-Gi-Oh! Philadelphia Regionals. I tell you that this deck did pretty good. I didn't really get that far, but it was pretty fun to duel with. I saw another girl there. Well, not a girl. I saw a girl there using it. She didn't really know how to use it much, but so let's get to this. Well, I didn't know how to use it either, so it's so there's other people playing the deck, so it's still good. Probably gonna switch a few cards out afterwards, and later on I'll definitely give you a new deck profile of it. But this is what I brought, and I'll also show you what I'm going to possibly add to it. So let's go with it. So let's see, I ran 3 Edge and Sabers, and again with the, just like in the last video, the the light is not that good with it, but so 3 Edge and Sabers, really good. It's Sabers. It got some good combos off with it. Got really good with XZ summoning, and definitely the fusion summoning, really awesome. You need at least, I'd say at least 2 to 3 with these things. I run 3 because 3 is easiest. 3 dog, Stratos, and all that stuff. If you really want to learn more, I go back to the other video. I'm really just going to go through what I added and how I did with it. Dog really helped a lot with the special summoning, adding to hand and everything. Good combos with Owl. And so, again with the light, sorry guys. So also 3 Owl as well. You kind of need 3 of each. Search for monster, search for poly. Really good. 2 Bear. I ended up mostly just tributing this for sending to the graveyard to set a Toy Vendor. I did go into Fight for a Bear once or twice, which is okay, because I was able to power it up sometimes, but, with Raigeki and Dark Hole thing, it's okay. 2 Cat to return Poly after fusion summoning, and 2, sorry about that, cards get stuck together, and 2 Rabbit to return monsters. What you kind of really want to do, if you can get them both, what you really want to try and do is get them both into a fusion summon, because then you can return 1 monster besides Rabbit back to your hand and Poly. So if you have enough for another fusion summon, you might be able to get into 2 of your Fight Furs in 1 turn. It's really good. That's all for the Fluffal engine. Also running 3 Tour Guide as before, and 1 Skarm as always. But I'm also adding a couple other Burning Abyss cards in here. I'm also running 1 Calcab and 1 Olich for returning back row and getting rid of some of those effects. Some of those effects were really nasty. To tell you, I only went up against Yang Zings, and Yang Zings is kind of meta, but I didn't go up against any of the top 3, which I prepared for. So it's not combat tested against those. So if you want to test it, please test this deck against maybe something. I really kind of was hoping to go up against Quiforts to test it, because I really mained inside against that and Shaddolls, but yep, stuff happens. So test it out, Dev Pro, maybe real life. Tell me how you did with it. Leave a comment in the bottom about it. So yep. Let's continue. I only have 2 more monsters. 1 Junk Synchro, because you can go into Synchro plays. Actually, the Synchro plays are really awesome in this deck. I sided so I can switch between Synchros and Xyz summonings, but most of the time I would just go in Xyz. I didn't really side much. But, alright, got 1 of those. And this really helped a lot. I wish I had another one in this deck, because I didn't even side it, but I'm going to definitely main the other one. 1 Denko Sekka. I went up against Chainburn, and this really blasted him. I drew first turn, I drew 1 Denko Sekka and 3 MST. I'm like, what in the name of bejesus? It was awesome. So that's everything for the monster engine. Now in the spells, 3 Toy Vendor, as you need 3 Toy Vendor. People no one know these cards. So many times people had to read the cards. Awesome cards, awesome deck. One of the best ones from New Challengers, but people, I would say just look at them, because these are going to be some big targets eventually, especially with Secrets of Eternity coming out. Woo! But great card if you have it down. Ditch with Bear to get it, play it, and if you next discard 1 card, so you can discard a Toy Vendor, and say next card you draw is another Toy Vendor, then you get 2 searches from the Toy Vendors that you discarded. Plus you get MST that toy, and then you get the third one. It's all searching. I'll probably make a strict, I don't know, maybe a strict just Fluffal Deck and try a few other things out. But for right now, this is what I got. Yeah, I'm trailing off topic. But 3 MST as before I said. You know, Quillforts are a thing. And back row is a bitch. 2 poly and 1 fusion substitute, because fusion substitute really helped a bunch. Really helped a lot, because fusions aren't big. They're like, not that fusion something isn't big, it's just fusion monsters aren't that big, so they're easily destroyed. So being able to return it back to the extra deck and then draw 1 card, really good. Now into those singles. 1 Spell Shattering Arrow. I was able to find this in like my old zombie structure deck. Never really used it. I never used it at all because I didn't go up against Quillforts or anything with continuous spell cards. I did go up against like a Banishing or a Calcum one, which would have helped if I got this, but no, I didn't. So 1 Spell Shattering, 1 Battle Fusion as before. Never went into it, but always good to have. Soul Charge, didn't go into it, but good to have. Book of Moon. Can someone please comment, because when I was dueling, the guy, I used Book of Moon, and he set an Xyz face down, but he kept his overlays. I thought they would get rid of the overlays, but it didn't matter. I destroyed the monster anyway, so. But again, I believe the overlays would have gone away, but I'm not sure. Please comment on that, because I would just like to know. And that's all for the spells. For traps, I didn't have any curse. I couldn't find my curse seal enough time, so I added 2 Chain Dispel into the deck. Would have been really helpful against Quillforts, because then it would have stopped them from being able to use the Pendulum Engine of like Scouts or anything, or you know, Shaddoll Fusion and everything. But I didn't go up against any of them, so just Chain Dispel is pretty good. So 2 of those. That's all for the multis. Singles, I got 1 Bottomless, 1 Deep Draining Shield, which really helped a lot for one of my deck, for one of the battles I went in, for one of the matches I went to. 1 Compulse, 1 Breakthrough, only because I only have 1 Breakthrough. 1 Solemn, 1 Mirror Force, which helped a lot, and 1 Vanity's Emptiness, which helped a lot as well. And that's for the main deck. Now for the extra deck, it's practically the same before, but adding a few other cards. Sorry about that, guys. 2 Bear, of course, because you don't really know a lot of them. Secrets of Eternity comes out when you get tired. I'll probably main this to 1. I'm like, main extra this to 1. And I'll probably main this to 2 later on, but 3 Wolf, because Wolf is the best one out of them, because you can get those big OTK stuff. Almost won a couple times. If I had summoned, I got 1 out. I could get another 1 out, but I went for Bear instead. If I had gone for another Wolf, I would have won. But, you know. So, 3 Wolf for now. Going to the Xyz, level 3s, I have 1 Ghost Trick Alucard. 1 Zen Mines, because it's Zen Mines. Back row's a thing. Zen Mines, definitely. 117 to get the Scarm effect off on the first turn. 1 number 47, which is really good. You can either direct attack with that or that for game or something like that, which I almost got off, but someone had to block it. 149 Fortune Tune helped a lot. That's all for the level 3s. Let me flip that around. I like it in like numerical order for some reason. I have a specific system. Level 4s, I only main 1 Castel, because I only have 1 Castel, but still, Castel really helped a lot. Helped a couple times. I don't really go into 4s that often, because it's mostly, like, fusion summoning, but still, Castel helped a lot. And, I run 1/6, 1 Utopia Beyond. I went into this once against, Yang Xing, he had the Beals on it, so I brought him down to 0. And then I attacked, he gained 3,000 back, but I was able to deal 3,000 damage, so that was pretty good. If I was going up against anything but like a Beals, I would have really did a lot of damage. Plus, later on I'll show you in my side deck for other combos. That's it for the Xyz engine. I'm running 1 Goyo Guardian. Didn't go into him because I never had time to side to switch out to Synchro, because the other guy didn't. All my other opponents didn't really want to side, so I'm like, oh, okay. 1 Black Rose Dragon. Went to that a couple times. Really helped a lot against Chain Burn and everything. And 1 Crimson Blade. Never went into him. Could have gone into him a couple times, but I don't know. For some reason, I just didn't go into him. So that's all for the extra deck. And here's a side deck that I didn't really use as much, but did have some play in it. 1 Scarm for extra search. 1 Junk Sync. Another Junk. My second Junk Synchron. Second Scarm. Second Junk Synchron for to switch over to Xyz engine. One Redox because it's all Earth. For Xyz, I have another level 4, rank 4, number 103, rank 0. Didn't really go up against anything that changed, I would say, level except like attack, except for that Beals, but you know, would help. With the combo with the Utopia, I also had another Utopia because you know all the fusions are level 6 and they're easy to get off. So if one's in the graveyard, detach, bring it back, bring a second one back. So I got two 3,000 beaters, which is good. Since I'm using Junk Synchron, I also have a Junk Destroyer in here. So you know, pop cards, it's awesome until I can get Tiger. Actually, one Beals. Yeah, that's ironically funny, but yeah, Beals awesome. I would switch out Crimson Blader for it. When I switch over to the Xyz. Actually, you know, I'd probably switch out something else, but who knows when I get into synchro play. Later on when I change the build, I'll probably main these two somewhere or switch stuff around. One Wonder Balloon. Wonder Balloon is awesome because it's stackable, and for every counter on it, your opponent loses 300 life points. And Edgem Saber going to the Sabers, going to the graveyard, and a couple other effects from hand that I'll probably put in there or something, whatever. Really good, would really work with it. And one card trader just so you can get more cards out. That's it for the spells. For traps, one light imprisoning mirror. I don't have a shadow imprisoning mirror. Hoping to get one, but you know, all the main metas are dark, so who cares? But one light, just for you know, Satellar Knights and all that stuff. Battery Man, all that stuff. My third Chain Dispel, just in case I went up the Quiforts. I want another one. I'm probably gonna switch those out for Curse Seal. One Final Fusion for Shaddolls. I didn't go up against any Shaddolls, which is strange because last regional I went up against every meta. This regional I didn't go up against any. Everything was anti-meta. So against Shaddolls would really hurt. One Double Passe for the direct like OTK with Wolf. One Fusion Reserve, to get my fusions out, and one Deep Prison. So that was it for the side deck. Cards I would probably be adding at least one of the Leo, maybe two or something like that, just to give me more Fluffal support if I switch stuff out. One Super Poly because it's Super Poly. Probably a Deck Destruction Virus because everything is dark. And possibly a Golden Sarcophagus and a Neospatian Grand Mole because it's Grand Mole and that's Sarcophagus. I don't know about Sarcophagus, but who knows. Also, I was able to pick up a couple, maybe, depending on how I run it, maybe a Fire Lake with a Burning Abyss. Most likely a Flash Fusion if I don't add Poly in there. A 1-for-1, just so I can get out the Cat and, Rabbit. And then my second Denko Sekai, because not a lot of traps, not really a lot of set cards, and I'm okay with not having back row. I hate when my opponent has back row. And just to sum it all up, even though I didn't win a lot, I was able to get these for $75 altogether. Two Dantes! Yeah! Woo! I had exactly $75 in my wallet when the guy had, it was amazing. I love these cards. I love these cards. So, yeah, definitely keeping these. Maybe I'll build Fluffal Burn. Fluffal Burn will be awesome. So, the usual. Hit like, leave a comment, subscribe, all that stuff. Check out my other videos. Hug your mama, hug everybody, and everything. Peace out, people. Keep dueling.